What is up, guys? Today we're checking out the Poco M3. Guys, this is another budget phone from Xiaomi, and Xiaomi usually have been really good with these budget phones. I think they make some of the best budget phones. I was a big fan of the Redmi Note 8 Pro, the 9. Yeah, I was a big fan of all their budget phones, really. It's just they make really good spec'd out phones for the price, really good quality. So 160 bucks right now. That is what I paid for it. I'll put the link down below. We have our little charger converter right here. Let's go ahead and open this box, and it's a pretty plain box actually. 6,000 milliamp battery. We can see 4 gigs, 64 gigs of internal storage down there. Alright guys, let's pop this open. Thinking that this phone is going to be kind of heavy because the box already is has a weight to it. Let's see what we get inside of here. I love that on budget phones you get a free case, but if you pay like $1,000, you don't get a case. If you get like a flagship today, you don't get anything. It's a little gel skin case. It's not much, but out of the box when you get your phone, it's always nice to have a case until you want to get probably a better case or a case that has a better design that you like. So this phone kind of has a interesting design. I like the fact that they did not go with a sort of traditional design here, because this does look weird. I mean, it doesn't look like any other phone that I've seen from the back. It's got this big Poco branding right here, a big camera module right here. I mean, it's a very bold design, so I really like that. It's a plastic phone, and it has like this little texture to it. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it does have like a texture to it, which is nice. And let's see. Let me boot this up, see if we got any juice. Just to go around the device, I can see we have the fingerprint scanner / power button right here as well. I love that. You have your volume rockers down below, speakers, USB Type-C down here. Your headphone jack is on board. That is up top as well. So let's go ahead and boot this guy up. What do you guys think about the design? I think it looks kind of, it doesn't look bad. It looks cool to me. It just looks really unique. Let's see what else is in the box while that's booting up. And we get our fast charger here, and we get USB Type-C, and that's it. Alright, so let's go ahead and talk about the display. So we have a 6.5 inch 1080p display, $395 for the PPI. It's an IPS panel, and it looks fine. It's got the little water drop notch. It's got a little bit of bezel down below, but honestly, there's budget phones coming out with 720p displays at this price point, and the fact that they put a 1080p with a pretty high PPI, so the screen does look really sharp and it does look good. Colors, of course, aren't going to be like super vibrant like you would see on like an OLED or AMOLED, but it's fine. I went outdoors to take pictures and stuff like that, and I could see the screen fine, so brightness is fine as well on here. So I had no issues. It having a 1080p display automatically, in my book, makes the display, a win, because I've, seen on these newer Samsung devices 720p TFT displays. So it's nice that they put a 1080p display on here with a pretty nice PPI. So I was, had no issues with the display. Yeah, it does kind of shift with the colors sometimes. But like I said, the viewing angles, everything is fine for this price point. So out of the box, you get Android 10 with MIUI 12. So anybody that has, used MIUI knows that it comes with a lot. It's just a highly customizable skin. Just to run you guys through, the skin real quick. There is one thing I want to mention. Yeah, the phone does come with a little bit of bloatware. You're gonna have applications that you did not, install here. You can see I see a couple of games and stuff like that was on here that, I did not install, which, can be annoying, but these are easily stuff that you can remove pretty easy. So you have the Google Now page over here, which I absolutely love. So that is awesome that that's there. They got rid of the sort of search page that they had before. You check out our toggles here. We have our scanner screenshot from here. We have our dark mode toggle right here, reading mode. We also have screen recorder. We have our floating windows right here as well. You know, you're not really missing anything, you know, far as feature wise with the software. And just to take you through, check out the additional features, see what we have on this one. Our full screen button shortcuts, one-handed mode. We have a clear speaker on here, special features, game turbo. Yeah, it's the same, pretty much the same thing on all your standard MIUI. I don't see the second space feature on here though. Yeah, I don't see it on here. So that is one thing that I have on the Note 8 Pro, but I don't see that option on this one, so it probably doesn't have it. It has the app lock, but it doesn't have like the second space sort of thing. Alright, so on this phone we got the Snapdragon 662 processor and Adreno 610 GPU. We also have micro SD support, 64 gigs of internal storage on the base model, and then we have 4 gigs of RAM. So far performance wise, it's fine on this phone. It actually does a pretty good job with gaming and stuff like that. Of course, it's not going to be like a crazy beast, but you can see one of my favorite games, Call of Duty Mobile. You can see we're on very high frame rates, so the game looks great and performs great. So I had no issues with gaming, didn't have any issues with heating or anything like that as well. And like I said, the screen looks really great too. So, you know, the processor speeds and everything like that is fine. I do notice like from time to time you probably have like a little animation hiccup if you have like a lot of stuff. If you have a lot of stuff open. Because MIUI 12 is such a heavy skin. But it is definitely, you know, it's fine. And like I said, games play great. Everything looks great. Yeah, but as you can see, everything looks great. And when you're just scrolling and navigating, you know, it's fine. It's fast. Like I said, you might get like little slowdowns. Like you say, I'm trying to go to the Google Now page. If you just completely like bounce out of a game like that and then try to come to something like that, then it'll be a little bit slow. But as you can see, the phone is relatively smooth. So I never had, you know, a big performance problem with the Xiaomi phones. So this phone has stereo speakers and they sound really, really good. So I was super impressed with them just putting stereo speakers on this phone at this price point. So let's go ahead and play them for you, max volume. Like they sound really, really good. No distortion. Everything sounds crystal clear. These are some excellent stereo speakers at this price point. I don't think I've heard better ones at this price point, honestly. In like a budget phone, I can't even really think of any like true budget phone with stereo speakers. There's probably a few. The Moto G8 was the last one, but it doesn't sound as good as this one. Yeah, it's just super loud, clear, has really good bass presence. So 10 out of 10 for the speakers. Awesome speakers, very loud on here. Alright, let's talk about your additional features. So I know this phone doesn't have any type of splash proof or IP rating, so do note that. And you do not have NFC on this phone for mobile payments. Now you do have the infrared port on here, so you can control like your TV, air conditioner with this guy, which is really nice. I think that's a very slept on feature. Your fingerprint scanner / power button is to the side and it works fine. I don't have any issues with that, and I really think it's the fastest way to get into your device. I think it's the best and fastest way because it's just effortless. You also have face unlock on here. Let's see if I can get it from behind the camera. Yeah, face unlock on here works fine as well. No problems with that. Now another little feature that's kind of slept on with MIUI is I really like how their UI looks when you're in the multitasking. So you just have a lot of options here to deep clean, manage apps, security. You can clean this. You just hit that right there. Boom, we can go split screen. And I just like how everything's set up. It seems just very fast to me. I can come out, go back to split screen. So it's got like these little details and stuff in it that make it a really nice skin. So if I wanted to go to my floating window, I usually go just do it like this, but there are faster ways. I can pop that floating window up here as well, go into another application. And yeah, so I really like just how MIUI navigates. I think it's really easy, really fluid, very well thought out, even though, you know, it is a very heavy skin. I do think it is really nice though. So you can see I still have my floating window. I can sort of bounce around as well, like if it was like a video or something. So I do like that. I like MIUI. Like I said, you got your built-in screen recorder, and if you just want to get rid of it, you just swipe it away. So it's just really easy to navigate. Alright, so let's talk about the cameras on this phone. 48 megapixel standard, 2 megapixel macro, 2 megapixel depth, 1080p, 8K, 8 megapixel selfie camera, my bad, and 1080p video for that. So just to go over the camera, so you guys heard me say there's no ultra wide on this phone, so that was a big bummer. Why put a depth sensor and a macro sensor on here? Honestly, I think, well, I can only speak for me, but I think most people would prefer the ultra wide, and really you could just leave the macro and depth sensor out. I think the ultra wide is more useful to me, but honestly, what do you guys think? But you don't have that feature, which kind of sucks. But the camera application, we have our pro mode, so we can mess with the ISO and all that stuff. Video, everything is sort of laid out really simple on here. Portrait. And then we want to get to our other little night mode, which really doesn't really work that well on this phone at all. And then we have all of our little other stuff. We can go to full 48 megapixel still. So I'm going to show you guys some of the pictures and just talk about them real quick. So the phone does fine taking pictures. I haven't had a problem with pictures on here. At this price point, I think it's fine. Is it the best camera, budget, smartphone camera? Definitely not. I've definitely seen better, image processing from Xiaomi at this price point, but these aren't terrible photos at all. Color accuracy could be a bit better, and one of the main things I noticed with this camera is white balance and sort of like the overexposure. It kind of struggles with that, but honestly, for this less than $200 price point, it's not a big deal. If you turn on the 48 megapixel, you get a really nice crispy shot, which is something that I really like. You get a lot of detail when you zoom in and stuff like that, which is awesome. And the selfie camera was probably below average. I really was not feeling the selfie camera. It was just too overexposed. The color accuracy was really bad. This one just did not take really good selfies to me at all. The only way you're going to get away with a decent selfie is if you're in really good lighting outdoors and stuff like that. Then you can get away with a picture that's fine. But overall, in any kind of just normal lighting, it sort of takes below average photos to me. But overall, the cameras are fine. I'll go ahead and show you guys the video so you can hear the mic quality and all that stuff. And here is the rear video here, as you guys can see. Sorry, my desk is really messy today. But video quality seems fine on here. I can pull out. Oh, no, I can't. I can zoom in. Yeah, so video quality seems fine. Let me know how the mic sounds. But in, a well-lit area, it doesn't seem like it's bad. Alright, so one of the main reasons that you would buy this phone is for the battery life. This phone has a crazy 6,000 milliamp battery with 18 watt fast charging on here, and it's absolutely crazy. And for a phone with 6,000 milliamp, the phone doesn't feel super heavy at all, which is something that I really like. But this is easily a 2-day phone. If you're a light user, you can probably squeeze around 3 days of battery life out of this phone. That is how good it is. Excellent with standby time as well. This is just a beast when it comes to battery life performance. Of course, you know, there's no wireless charging or anything like that. But again, 6,000 milliamps is going to be crazy if you're somebody that, you know, just sort of goes to social media, you play little games here and there. You'll love this phone for battery life. It is definitely a champ in that department. So what do you guys think of the Poco M3? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.